Okay, so today we're diving deep into the wild world of relationship advice.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all those little nuggets of wisdom people throw around about finding and keeping love.
Uh-huh.
We're going to unpack some of that, see what's worth holding on to, and what we should maybe just toss right out the window.
Sounds good to me.
We're taking a look at some insights from Matthew Hussey.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a pretty well-known dating coach and author, and I think what he has to say is going to be super relevant to pretty much anyone who's ever, been in a relationship or is looking for love, or heck, even if you're just curious about like the dynamics of human connection.
Right.
So to kick things off, we're going to start by tackling some of the worst relationship advice out there.
Okay, the bad stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that makes you kind of cringe when you hear it.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
So Hussey was actually asked about the worst advice he's ever come across.
Interesting.
And his answer might surprise you.
Okay, I'm all ears.
He said the worst advice is find someone who loves you more than you love them. I don't know about you, but when I first heard that, I was like, wait a minute, isn't that what everyone wants?
Yeah, on the surface, it does sound kind of appealing, right?
Right, like who wouldn't want to be adored and cherished?
Exactly.
But the more I thought about it, the more I started to see some potential red flags.
Yeah, I think there are some definite downsides to that advice.
What are your thoughts?
Well, for starters, it can create a real imbalance of power in the relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
If one person is way more invested than the other, it can lead to all sorts of problems.
Like what comes to mind for you?
Well, think about it. If someone is head over heels for you and you're not quite feeling the same level of intensity, it can create a sense of obligation.
Mm-hmm.
Like you almost feel pressured to reciprocate their feelings, even if you're not truly there yet.
Yeah, I've seen that happen with friends, and it's not pretty.
No, it's not.
It can lead to resentment, guilt, even manipulation.
Right. And it can also make it really hard to set healthy boundaries.
Because you're so worried about hurting the other person's feelings.
Exactly. And that can really stifle your own growth and authenticity in the relationship.
Yeah, you end up kind of walking on eggshells all the time, afraid to express your true needs and desires.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think Hussey's onto something here. This advice might sound romantic at first glance,
Yeah.
but it can actually set the stage for a pretty unhealthy dynamic.
Definitely.
So if you're out there looking for love, maybe take this as a little cautionary tale.
Good advice.
Don't just settle for someone who's madly in love with you. Make sure the feelings are mutual and that you're both equally invested in building a healthy, balanced relationship.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Now, this whole conversation about bad advice actually got me thinking about what makes for good relationship advice.
Yeah, what are the things that actually help couples thrive?
And it's funny because Hussey's advice for the best relationship advice is surprisingly simple.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but don't let that fool you. It's actually super profound.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
He says, and I'm going to quote him directly here, make a list of the things that are truly important for you to find in a partner, and then be that list.
Whoa, that's powerful.
Right. It totally flips the script, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead of searching for someone to complete us, it's about becoming the kind of person we want to attract.
Exactly. And I think there's some serious wisdom in that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they're taking control of your own love life instead of just passively waiting for the right person to come along.
You're becoming the right person.
Yes. And I think that's so empowering.
It is.
And it makes a lot of sense when you think about it, right?
It is.
Like attracts.
Exactly. If you want to find someone who's kind, compassionate, and supportive, guess what?
You got to be those things yourself.
Bingo.
It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about genuinely embodying the qualities you value in a partner.
And that can make a huge difference in who you attract into your life.
I totally agree.
So what about you? What would be on your list?
Oh, man. That's a good question.
What are those non-negotiables, the things you absolutely must have in a partner?
Well, for me, I think it all boils down to a few key things.
Okay, I'm listening.
First and foremost, I got to have someone who can make me laugh.
A sense of humor is essential.
Oh, it's crucial. Life is too short to be with someone who takes themselves too seriously.
Agreed.
I also need someone who's kind and compassionate, not just to me, but to everyone.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and someone who's supportive of my dreams and goals, even if they don't always understand them.
Makes sense.
And of course, I need someone who I can be myself around, warts and all.
Authenticity is key.
Totally. So those are some of the biggies for me. What about you?
Well, I definitely resonate with everything you just said, especially the part about humor and kindness.
Yeah.
But for me, I also really value someone who's intellectually curious.
Oh, like someone who loves to learn and explore new ideas.
Exactly. I love having deep conversations and debating different perspectives.
That's awesome.
And I also need someone who's adventurous and spontaneous. Someone who's willing to step outside their comfort zone and try new things with me.
I love that.
Yeah, life's an adventure, and I want to share it with someone who's excited to explore all that it has to offer.
So well said.
So yeah, I think Hussey's advice is really spot on.
It is.
Instead of just focusing on what we want in a partner, let's focus on becoming the best versions of ourselves.
And in doing so, we might just attract the love we've been searching for.
Exactly.
So there you have it, folks. Some food for thought from Matthew Hussey.
Uh-huh.
We tackled the worst relationship advice out there and uncovered a powerful gem that could change your entire approach to love.
It's all about being the list.
Exactly. So as you go about your day, I encourage you to reflect on what truly matters to you in a relationship.
And start taking steps to embody those qualities yourself.
You never know. It might just lead you to the love of your life.
It just might.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and until next time, keep exploring.